Greenpeace has done a very simple 4-point checklist, a scorecard, if you will. And what we're judging the G8 and G20 leaders on is not just on ending subsidies to big oil and big coal, not just on whether there will be ongoing support for development and building a green economy in response to the financial crisis, and not just on climate finance for climate justice, but also on the really fundamental baseline question of whether these leaders are really taking action on climate change. So in theory, the G8 and G20 leaders have endorsed the principle of keeping emissions low enough so as to prevent the global average temperature increase going above 2 degrees centigrade. That's in theory, because in reality, where we're at in terms of the commitments under the Copenhagen Accord is far different. They'll be taking us far above 3 degrees. And that's the gap that can, that will really create a crisis of climate change. And that's why we're saying mind the gap. So where we need to be in terms of numbers is 40 billion tons. That would roughly keep us below a 2 degree centigrade increase in temperature. But where the Copenhagen Accord commitments are at is something between 48 and 54 gigatons. So that actually represents the gap that we're talking about, that 8 to 14 billion tons of greenhouse gas emissions. The Harper government is going in exactly the wrong direction. They have weakened their target for greenhouse gas emission reductions instead of strengthening it, and they have shamed us in the eyes of the world. I'll leave it at that.